Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey. And give me just a second here, because right as I started, I heard, boop, and there he is. He's Jack. Jack, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, man.
You sounded a little rough on Lords of the Night.
Love Lords of the Night because I just started feeling like a fat chick was sitting on my chest, and went in there and I laid down for a while, and I woke up to somebody, I'm not mentioning any names, snoring in my ear. And I've tried to go back to sleep since, and it's just not happening. So figured why not come heavy breathe at the people a little bit like I'm Trump on a balcony. Mike Balzac, thank you. People tell me when I'm condescending, that means I talk down to people.
People tell me I'm condescending. That means I talk down to people.
Oh, I got that. I missed it. Sorry. I'm gonna do my best tonight. I no promises on tonight's show, man. Seriously, because fuck, dude, I thought I was over the worst part of it, and then sitting there during the show, my body went, no, fuck you. I was like, oh, we're playing this game tonight. But there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about, Jack.
Oh yeah, there always is.
We saw a lot of stupid on Twitter today. Well, I suppose we should cover the biggest news, shouldn't we? Donald Trump, after faking COVID for 3 days, has come home from the hospital. To people freaking out that he's going to give his fake disease to people at the White House. That was the story, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If I'm hearing Twitter properly, that's what it is. I actually saw one, Jack, that said Trump didn't really have it, but if he does, I hope karma's not a bitch to him. But the fuck does that even mean?
It means they're mentally unhinged people that are upset that he survived.
Oh, man. Just going through some of these, I mean, there was Donald Trump up on the balcony, and oh my God, you guys, looks like he's having a hard time breathing. Which, by the way, it kind of does, but it looks more like he's having a hard time breathing through his nose than actually breathing.
Yeah. Well, when I get sinuses or I'm sick, I have trouble breathing through my nose.
Yeah.
It's part of being sick. He's still sick.
It's almost like your mucous membranes overload your nose with stuff.
Yeah, it's weird how that works.
Oh, man. Several things to talk about. I'm trying to find that video because I know I saw it earlier when I was out of bed.
Well, real quick, James Kelly's...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. James Kelly's in the hospital, said.
Why's James in the hospital?
I don't know.
James, what you doing, man? Are you all right? You getting better? You're not corona'd, are you? And I'm not saying that to be a jackass. I'm asking sincerely. Yeah, I was trying to find the exact video that I wanted. There's a lot of them out there, Jack. But I can't find the one. It's one that it shows him, and he's standing there, and he takes a breath in through his mouth, and looks like he's having trouble breathing. He's not completely cured, you stupid shits.
Yeah, it's been like, 72 hours? Come on, the guy's still sick. Leave him alone.
Oh, my God, he can't. He's showing signs of weakness, which is funny because, they're like, he should be able to show signs of weakness. Then he shows the slightest bit of one, and this is what happens. It was trending on Twitter when I got out of bed earlier.
That's so fucking stupid. Just, oh my God. He's either like the mad genius or he's a complete bungling idiot. They can't seem to make up their mind. And it's the same thing here. He's both sick and not sick at the same time. How is that a thing?
I don't know. I really don't know. There was this is one of the first pictures or first tweets that I saw when I woke up earlier, Jack. This is me alone in the CNN coffee room abiding by basic health regulations because that's what adults do. Also, fly, Eagles, fly. And I'm not surprised that this man is an Eagles fan. We talked yesterday about how they're horrible people, to the fact that they had to put a courthouse underneath their stadium.
Yeah.
Jake Tapper being a... Jake, one, I've seen you on camera without your mask on at your place of work recently. Gonna throw that out there because he doesn't wear that when he's broadcasting.
Yeah,
which means he is in the newsroom.
How does he drink coffee that way?
It's a good question, right? Maybe he takes it back to his desk where it's apparently got an infectious vacuum around it. But this is supposed to be because Donald Trump, when he gets home, remember I just said the word home. When he gets home, he takes off his mask. And somebody said that was the most irresponsible thing. Recklessly irresponsible, I believe is what the words were. I'm like, he's at home.
Yeah, he lives there. I don't understand what the issue is. He's literally in his house. That's his residence for the next 4 years.
Ex-Bubba Hotez says, speaking of football, did you see any of the highlights of the Chiefs game? The only thing I saw at all is I looked up the Chargers score, and I've literally not looked at anything else. That's how, when I'm here, I'm working or I'm in my bed lately. That's not true. I did play the Ghost game for a little bit with the guys earlier tonight. But otherwise, I haven't looked it up.
James said why he's in the hospital. I don't want to read it in case it's already personal stuff, but it's rough, man. I hope you feel better soon.
Yeah, dude. I hope they get that under control. Yeah, we're not going to read that out. But yeah, I hope you feel better, man. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, man. Damn. Hang in there.
This is supposed to allude to the fact that Trump took it off. And I saw so many people. There's all these cooks and maids and butlers that work at the White House.
Yeah, and everybody knows the risks when they sign up to work at the White House. They make it sound like nobody has ever made threats against us. I'm sorry.
I'm going to stop you even there. Because you know who wasn't on that balcony with him?
Melania?
Cooks or maids or butlers or anybody else from inside the White House.
Yeah.
He was outside. And I'm fairly certain he went immediately to the personal residence.
Yeah. He did this as a show of goodwill toward everyone so that, people were like, oh, okay, he's getting better. It's to show not to be afraid to go out and do things. It was a sort of a rallying cry because he is the leader, right? So he's got to look strong.
Yeah.
And then he probably went to bed.
Yeah. He went and laid down. I mean, there is a medical suite there at the White House, apparently. I learned that tonight. So it's not like there's nowhere for him to go and be holed up and that the people who come in and work on the president won't have the proper PPE stuff, the N95 masks if they have to bring food to them and stuff. They'll take care of that.
Yeah, they have on-site staff. They have their own little medical room there at the White House on site. So because he is the leader of the free world, this isn't Steve down the street's house. This is so fucking annoying.
It's just fucking stupid. And where's my favorite one from tonight? I gotta find it because there were so many that I just couldn't even keep track of them all. There's this one from earlier. We'll put it up on the screen as well because you responded to it. So did Prospero, and you guys did what I was too lazy to do.
You were feeling good, so we had to pick up the slack. That's all.
It says balcony shots are a sure sign of strong democratic institutions, and it shows one picture of Mussolini and another picture of Donald Trump.
Yeah, fucking dumb. Yeah, because only those two people in the history of mankind have gotten their photo taken while on a balcony.
Obama has gotten his picture taken on this balcony.
Yeah, many, many times.
Oh, fuck.
The favorite one I put up was the guys from the Muppets.
Yeah, I was gonna get those. Okay, here's your replies. I don't remember what all's in comments, so I don't like to just scroll through them. But here's Jack's response. He's got ML King with Jesse, and I'm not sure who is that guy. I know it's
time traveling Forrest Whitaker.
Gotcha. That's Noam
Chomsky.
Noam, that's what I thought. Why is Noam there? This is Assange. That's the Pope. The royal wedding. The guys from
I can resist that one.
That was a good one. Teddy Roosevelt and
Woodrow Wilson.
Wilson? Okay. I couldn't place that guy.
I had to throw some lefties in there too.
And like I said, Prospero, she posted the one with Obama there. And several other people did as well. Thank you, Ex-Bubba Hotep. So Michael Jackson confirmed fascist dictator. Yes. He used to dictate all over. Never mind. That's a bad joke. I'm reading these things like, you're so fucking stupid. Just Google it, bitch.
Evolve said should post a picture of the Pope. I did on a couple of them. I was all over that one.
Mighty Balzac, thank you. I thought you and Jack were the guys from the Muppets. Well, we kind of are.
Yeah.
Kind of are.
Those guys were awesome.
Well, look, we're funny, we're right, and no one listens to us.
That's true. Just like Statler and Waldorf.
There are spirit Muppets.
That's true.
Sorry. Oh, here it is. Jim Acosta today. Jim Acosta was in a mood today. He was upset. He actually tweeted this out. Trump is likely instructing Conley, who, by the way, is his doctor, what to disclose and not to disclose per sources. You know what source told him that?
His sock drawer.
Dr. Conley during the fucking interview earlier.
Seriously?
Conley during the interview, he's doing the press conference. He comes out. Each of the doctors does their little round of talking about what's up with the president. And then Conley comes over and he gives a major part of it, and he starts taking questions. And they start asking him, about different things. And he goes, I can't get into that because of HIPAA.
Yeah. Even the president gets HIPAA coverage.
That's literally him telling you, the president is telling him what he can and cannot disclose. Because it's his right.
Yeah. He can tell him to not release anything.
Indeed. Every one of you has the right to disclose who you want your medical information to go into. And there's very, very few instances where that's not true. Because there are some where it's like a public safety thing.
Yeah, if you're got some contagious disease or something.
Yeah, you show up with the bubonic plague, and it might not even be your name, but your information will go somewhere else. But yeah, the president's covered. I just love how he can. Yeah, according to sources, Connolly's probably not being allowed to tell us everything. Like, he fucking told you that, you stupid son of a bitch. He literally said HIPAA repeatedly. I watched the press conference, and I'm watching this stuff, and they're asking all kinds of shit. And he's like, yeah, I can't get into that because of HIPAA. And then he'll answer this. Like the one they asked him, what's the president's viral load? And he goes, I don't have that information. He didn't say he couldn't give that one. He goes, I don't have it with me. But like what was the president's last temperature reading? I think it was. And he was, I can't get into that. That's covered by HIPAA.
Yeah.
He did come out and say the president doesn't have a fever and hasn't in or since Friday, since Saturday, something like that.
It's been more than a day.
But going to a hospital, you feel like you're at Club Med because they wait on you and everything as they wake you up in the middle of your fucking sleep and poke you and prod you. And it's the greatest feeling in the world.
And they're always wanting to stick things in you. And
as soon as you can get out of a hospital, you should.
Yeah.
And Conley told this to these dumbass reporters too. Like, we think he's good to go home. We're sending him home because the worst place you can be for sickness is in a goddamn hospital. You know why that is, Jack?
Because there's sick people all over the damn place.
It's where all the sick people go.
Yeah, it's like they congregate there. Unless your house is filled with black mold and plague-bearing armadillos with leprosy, yeah, get the fuck out of there if you can. Convalesce a little bit at home. I don't like hospitals. They're little germ factories.
Let's see. After my first surgery, that's the one where they took a piece of my hip out, Jack. They told me I had to be up and walking around before they would release me. I was up and walking around the day of my surgery. I'm like, I want to leave. And I was only in there for 2 days. The guy next to me, he'd been in there for like 2 weeks and he was whining because they wouldn't give him more morphine. I'm like, I think they're onto you, dude. But no, if you're sick and you want to get better, don't stay in the hospital. Whether it's something as simple as a staph infection to picking up the bubonic plague, where do you think that shit goes? All the sick people go to that building to try to get better, and all of their shit is in that building.
Right?
And they're like, why would he leave? Probably because he doesn't want to die.
He doesn't want to be at the hospital, especially if you're old. That's like digging your own grave kind of thing. Like, yeah, you're old. You should hang out with all these sick people who have better immune systems than you. Yeah, if you actually need to be at the hospital, that's different. Then you should be at the hospital. But if you can leave and you're well enough to go home and recover the rest at home, dude, why would you want to be at the hospital? They're not going to keep just feeding you fun drugs.
I think for some people, because I had an aunt who was like this, I think for some people it's the whole hypochondriac thing.
Yeah, you get attention seeking.
Yeah, and oh god, she was horrible. And for some, I just think they're not smart enough to realize it. And even though doctors will tell you this all the time, get the fuck out as soon as you can. Get out. This isn't a good place to be. It's probably cleaner in a morgue.
Yeah, probably. Danger said Trump left the hospital because there was a rumor that Cuomo was transferring patients interstate.
Well, I did see, CNN was quite upset. Very, very upset that they were letting Trump go home. Like, yeah, if only it had that wonderful emergence from a basement, right? We all remember what happened with Cuomo, right?
Yeah.
Where Chris Cuomo, not Andrew, where Chris comes up from down there. And the only reason we know he left his house for a fact is that on Easter, he was seen at another site, which is supposedly his, where they're building a new house for him or something. He was seen out there with the realtor, his wife, and his kids, and some guy saw him, and Chris got mad that he couldn't beat that guy up. And he comes out of the basement, the conquering hero, according to CNN.
Yeah. Wasn't he also at like a cookout or something? Like his family was cooking out?
No, if maybe, but that's not one I know. The one that he got a lot of coverage for also is the fact that he spoke to his brother about how he'd been cooking the sauce. And it's somebody videotaping him cooking my sauce, and it's suspiciously from the height of a child.
Yeah.
So he was upstairs in his kitchen as he was quarantined in the basement that whole time, except for cooking the sauce and going out on Easter. And Yeah, nobody CNN had any problem with that. I'd have just told him, look, I'm going to hang out in the basement like Cuomo did for a while. Everybody be fine. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Fucking stupid. So stupid.
Here it is. This is the one I told you about a little while ago. Here's the exact tweet. Trump faked this virus so he could say COVID is no big deal, when over 208,000 have died and the White House staff is dropping like flies with the virus. If he truly has this virus, he better hope karma doesn't come back and bite him in the ass. There are so many contradictions in this thing.
Yeah. Wow. That's a hot mess there.
Yeah. But she's cute, so.
She better be for being that dumb.
Well, that's really her. I don't think that's really her. I think it's probably a dude using somebody else's avatar. Because even for an Instagram model, that would be quite the picture they took. I'm trying to get all of the Trumpian ones out at the beginning, but there's so many. Sinatra shared this earlier. I thought it was great. This is from Trump's ride around the hospital there. It says Trump adds Black Lives Matter sticker to SUV so media can't claim he's spreading COVID.
It was just a protest, yo.
Just protest, bro. Oh, God. There's so many of these, though, Jack. So many. Oh, my God. Jennifer Rubin. Do you know who she is?
That name sounds familiar. Doesn't she work for like the New York Times or something?
She used to be the Washington Post conservative opinion writer.
Yeah.
Although she hasn't been conservative in a long time.
Yeah, she's conservative like Karl Marx is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her bio now says never Trump pro-democracy opinion writer at Washington Post. It used to say conservative writer at Washington Post.
Well, she got tired of lying.
This bitch done lost her mind today. There's the one where she tweeted out, you are a menace to everyone around you, to the president.
Wow, that's kind of harsh.
That's actually one of her calmer ones. This is the better one. Congress might want to defund Walter Reed. It is a public health hazard.
Because he survived?
For the record, Walter Reed is mostly used by veterans.
Yes. Well, obviously she doesn't like veterans.
Apparently not. She wants to close the whole thing down because Trump left the hospital. Here's the thing, guys. Unless they actually force you under quarantine, which Trump wasn't, you're allowed to leave a hospital whenever the fuck you want.
Not always a good idea, but you can.
Nope, not always a good idea. And oftentimes they will have you sign a paper telling you that you're leaving against doctor's orders, which I've done before. I don't like hospitals, Jack.
I don't either, but there's a time when you have to listen to the doctor and and actually do what needs to be done, or you might die, and don't die.
That's true, but I'm not dead yet.
True.
So I feel like I've made the right call so far. At the very least, saved several $1,000s. But this bitch wants to close down Walter Reed because of it.
That's fucking stupid.
With Trump's own doctor going, yeah, we thought he should get out. We're moving up to my favorite of the whole day, though. I got to find it. Because this one, I read this and I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. Where the hell are you, you stupid bitch? This one. This comes from Jennifer Jacobs, who's been credited with breaking the whole Trump has COVID story. She works for Bloomberg News.
Okay.
She tweeted this out. When we ask if anyone on the medical team recommended against taking Trump back to the White House, each one of the doctors shook their head no, but not very vigorously.
What?
They didn't say no hard enough. That was what this bitch tweeted out. But not very vigorously. None of them had any objection to him going home, but not vigorously. Like, what? Huh. I don't know what they wanted. You know what I mean?
I don't know. They can't make up their mind what they want. They don't like him. They want him. They want Trump to die, and they want to punish anyone who supports Trump, even the medical staff
and the other people who will be treated there. They deserve to be punished for this.
Yeah, which is a lot of I think Assassin said it, active duty and veterans.
Yes,
and that's fucking disgusting. Fuck this bitch.
Walter Reed treats a ton of people who have lost limbs.
Yeah.
Overseas. Wearing our uniform. And this bitch wants to shut them down. Yeah, like I said, Jennifer done lost her fucking mind. But this other chick, what was her name? Jacobs? Whatever. Yeah, Jennifer Jacobs. They didn't shake their heads vigorously, Jack. And that's proof of something.
Maybe they're just tired of answering the same stupid question 5 different ways. What the fuck, man? They didn't vigorously shake their heads.
And you know, if it was a little too vigorous, there's no winning there. There's no winning there.
They're trying to read things into it because no matter what, Orange Man must be bad.
Fucking vigorously enough. Oh my God. And then finally on the Trumpian thing, unless you have something else to talk about it. This is a story that they put out today on CNN. Most Americans say Trump acted irresponsibly and distrust the White House on his health.
What?
Caramon, thank you so much. When Molotovs and looting are normalized, then not answering vigorously enough is something that doesn't surprise me. Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
So after a whole weekend, Jack, of CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, ABC, Fox, the New York Times, the Washington Post. Where else have I seen this shit this weekend? All over Twitter, all over Facebook. All of these places telling people that Trump has been irresponsible with the virus. They did a poll that found out 2/3 of Americans say he's been irresponsible.
Probably because they poisoned the well.
You think? It's amazing how that happened. It's amazing how that fucking happened. Like, okay, we're just going to bury them in 3 days of this shit and then ask them this question. And people are like, no, that's perfectly fine. That's how Trump or how polls are done. Somebody accused me of being willing to forgive Trump if he killed a class of 3rd graders with his bare hands on TV because I pointed out that they've been poisoning the well for 3 days and then asked this fucking question.
Wow.
Like, no, I just paid attention, homie. Seriously, I just watched. Thank you, Bob Potato. While I slept last night, one of my comments got 60 likes and so much butt hurt and salt. So sharing the love from the stupid. Thank you so very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Evolved Potato. While I slept last night, one of my comments got 60 likes and so much butt hurt and salt. So sharing the love from the stupid. Thank you.
Any word on Christie? Not that I've heard. Claudia Conway is trending again.
Is that the annoying kid?
Yes. And she's trending because she's out there lying, apparently. Now, it's
A teenager lie? What?
Well, this chick is in a unique position of being able to lie and claim she has some inside knowledge about Trump. So she is getting hella attention for it. But there's an interesting, it's this one. Yeah, okay. So this is after she's already tweeted out her supposed exposés about what's really going on in the White House. Because she spends a lot of time there, right? This kid.
Yeah, right.
You've caused so much disruption.
Disruption?
You lied about your fucking mother about COVID?
No, Mom.
About COVID?
It's how it's how I interpreted it.
Does that look like that's how I interpreted it. That is a snot-nosed little shithead kid.
Yeah. And that is a weird look on her face. Like, I don't know.
You're taping me again?
What?
You've caused so much disruption.
Disruption?
Watch her
You lied
face.
about your fucking mother about COVID?
No, Mom.
About COVID?
It's how I interpreted
it? You're taping me again?
What?
But she is the new hero of the left, y'all, because, well, they like to hear anything horrible about Trump.
Yeah. Did you see that little smirk on her face where she's faking shock? Like, what? No.
Yeah, exactly. And it's throughout her whole answer there. That's how it's how I interpreted it. Shut up, you lying little whore.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I don't know how old that kid is, but she needs to shut the fuck up. Ex-Bubba Hotep, thank you. So when does CNN hire her? They probably already have.
Prospero said they're comparing her to Joan of Arc. Seriously. Stop. Just stop, everyone. Don't put people on pedestals like that. She's some stupid, screwed up kid whose parents both work in politics. She's going to be messed up. I bet you Barron Trump is going to bone that chick.
He's a Trump. He probably already has.
That's true.
She went, you're so tall. Anyway. Yeah, but she's being heralded as the second coming of the truth, you guys. She tells the truth the way Donald Trump won't. Yeah.
Whatever. She's a dumb kid. You know how you could, to quote Judge Judy, you could tell a teenager is lying because their lips are moving.
Well, as I watched that clip, I felt very much the way I felt when I was talking to Stargazer Nuts about my poll that I made earlier today. And she accused me of skewing it. And I was like, I don't know what you mean.
Well, she just didn't understand the poll, I think.
You just didn't get it. By the way, I haven't checked in on the poll recently. I should do that. For those of you who don't know, there was a question that was posed on Twitter today about dogs and cats. And I happen to say dogs are whores and cats actually have standards, which upset a few people. And Nuts challenged me to make scientific proof available and told me I should put up a poll. And I did. So here it is. Which is the better pet? Cats or not dogs? So far, cats are winning by a landslide.
Well,
that's like almost that's over 200 votes for cats.
Yeah, dogs are needy and require way too much attention. And I don't really have time for that right now.
I don't want something that's just going to love me because I'm there.
Well, and feeding it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what hookers are for, man. See, you feeding it, that's payment, and it'll love you. There you go.
It's true.
So between cats and not dogs, cats is winning. Scientific proof, which, by the way, was rejected as being skewed somehow. I'm not sure how that happened.
I don't know. I saw her little poll, and it was obviously rigged. She's not even here to enjoy this.
That's all right. Somebody will tell her. Let's see. A dog won't eat you after you die. I'm dead. What do I care?
Yeah.
If my cat gets locked in the house for 2 weeks and I'm lying there dead, I hope it eats me. That dog's just going to die next to me because it's stupid. Oh, man. I did see more of the whole Proud Boys being gay hashtag thing again.
They're still going on with that? That's like a 48-hour joke. Come on.
Yeah, but there was one guy who thought that it was the smartest thing he'd ever heard before in his life. He's like, this is so funny. I'm like, well,
oh, you need to get out more.
Is calling people like gay as a slur funny?
Apparently.
And it's just emblematic of the kind of people who would even engage in that kind of, at best, it's a huh, and then you move on with your life.
Yeah, 48 hours, most. At most.
Bob Potato, thank you so much. It says, all that poll says is that people like cats more than every other pet that isn't a dog. It says cats won. I put proof on the screen. That's science. I don't know why people don't like science, man.
Well, there's from what I've heard, there's a lot of science deniers out there.
There's quite a few of them. Quite a few. And they only like the science that they like. See, I put up a scientific poll. It's proof positive. There's no getting around it.
It's hard to get around your logic there because it's pretty well infallible.
I got to talk about this bitch that pissed me off. I'm not reading everything she wrote because she's wordy. I'll throw the link in the chat if you guys want to go read it yourself. Shrouded Angel, thank you so much for the kitty sticker. Oh, there we go. Okay. She goes by the name Crutches and Spice. Rude for a disabled person. You can't call yourself rude if you want to at least say cripple. Although that is the more Jesusonian word. Jesusonian, that's a word, right?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you made up words before that turned out to be real words. So
she said, so one of the things non-disabled people believe is because they don't often see physical or verbal harm targeting disabled people in the news and instead see inspirational stories, that those saccharine, thank you, representations aren't harmful. That couldn't be further from the truth. She goes on to whine in this thread, Jack, that showing inspirational stories of cripples is harmful to cripples.
Because it gives them hope?
I don't know.
You're not allowed to have hope anymore.
I'm getting so tired of these people talking for me. I like inspirational stories.
Yeah, that's because they're uplifting and should make you feel good that somebody was able to overcome an obstacle. Everybody loves an underachiever coming out on top. You know, somebody that had a disadvantage in life and managed to crawl their way up and make the most of it and be better. Yeah, everybody loves that shit. It's hero stories.
I'm skipping one of her posts. She says this: common tropes used in inspirational porn show disabled people as warriors, fighters, and overcoming disability or a diagnosis. While non-disabled people use these, they make disabled people very uncomfortable. One of the reasons why is because they erase the actual person.
Isn't something you do part of your person?
They're the warrior. They're the fighter. They're the one overcoming. The fuck are you talking about?
It sounds like she's got some self-loathing going on there.
She does.
Like, I don't want to overcome. I just want you to feel pity for me because I need that pity. I need that pity to feed my emptiness and hollow life that has no meaning and no sense of achievement at all.
If you want to be a cripple who sits around whining about your fucking life, do it. I don't give a shit. But don't think that makes all of us that way, you fucking piece of shit. You being crippled isn't the problem with you. You being a sad sack of shit is the problem with you.
Yeah.
That's why people don't like you. It's not because you're crippled. It's because you're a horrible person nobody wants to deal with.
Yeah, being a cripple, that's a part of your life. It's not your entire personality. If it is, you are a really miserable person to be around.
You know, though, the problem is for some of them, it's the only thing that's ever been interesting about them ever.
Yeah, and that is, I think, what she's upset about is she doesn't have a personality. She doesn't have anything going for her. She doesn't want to try and develop any of that. So why not just focus on, well, I'm broken, you must adore me. And that's really what it gets to, is people with this kind of mentality do not want to achieve. They want the pity, because having a personality and overcoming things takes work. It takes dedication. It takes effort. And it takes a certain mindset, when it's easier to sit around and complain about your life and how bad you've got it. Everybody's got challenges. Quit being a crybaby little bitch and get out there and do something with your time. Stop wasting it.
Jordan over on the Stream Lab says, cats having standards must be a rarity you found. Everyone I know that has fed a stray cat has had an attempt to whore its way into their life. Hashtag squirrels are best pets. Now,
monstrous.
Have they actually like jumped in their lap and stuff? Because most strays, even they're not that keen to be around you unless they were a house cat that got put out. Most of them will definitely come back and check for food because they're smart. They're like, oh, that bitch be feeding me. I'm going to go see if she fed me again today. But otherwise, yeah, they're still very skittish around people because they're smart. They know people suck. I also thought of this, Jack. Much like a whore, if you don't wash a dog, it starts to stink.
Yeah, that's true.
Cats clean themselves.
Nobody wants a smelly whore.
No.
Hey, P-Dog, he's lurking.
Jane, thank you. If you want to be entertained and pissed off by most annoying person ever, check out Mobility Mary. She's the ultimate victim.
I've heard that name before. Did Alex do a video on her?
I feel like I've heard it too.
I bet Bear covered her at some point.
She's not coming up real fast, so I'll have to look another time. I saw something sacrilege today, Jack. Right before the show, in fact. I'm not the biggest Go-Go's fan.
Somebody mocked the Go-Go's.
No, it's not that. Somebody posted the Go-Go's Our Lips Are Sealed video on TikTok.
What? There are lines you don't cross, and that means fucking with Belinda Carlisle.
Yeah. Even when she was a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for here? Hoary. Before she turned into that aged, mature whore in the other song.
Yeah.
This is the Our Lips Are Sealed days when they went on to MTV and basically told everybody they were dirty whores.
Yeah. Think about this.
Yeah. I mean, and she was the cute one of the group. Somebody cared about the others. Oh, can you imagine banging one of the ugly Go-Go's?
I probably would have. I would probably have banged all of them.
Not a bang Belinda, but that's probably about it.
Like, heaven is a place on earth, and it involves that tight circle in the sand. But you don't fuck with the Go-Go's. They are awesome.
You don't put 80s music on TikTok. No. Go find some of your WAP and put that shit on there. That's what it was made for. And don't give me this, well, we're introducing people to other cultures shit either. If they were cultured at all, they wouldn't need it. Fucking TikTok. Oh, God, why didn't we just outright ban that shit? The Chinese did that.
The Chinese trying to ruin everything. China is asshole.
China's big asshole. Yeah, I saw that and I was actually oddly offended by it. I'm like, no, that's just no. Why
does everybody want to ruin my childhood? It was bad enough. I don't need your fucking help destroying everything that it was fun about the 80s.
You know, somebody posted that, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then I looked, oh, that's a fucking TikTok video. I only like Our Lips Are Sealed because it's a hoary song too. It's them singing about being whores.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But it was a classy song, not like WAP.
Yeah, WAP is like, come fuck my dirty wet pussy. Like, oh yeah, girls have classed up over the years, haven't they?
Yeah. The Go-Go's were the courtesans of hoary music.
Yeah. Even Madonna didn't just come out and say, bang my wet pussy.
Yeah, that's just, there's a certain level of class you can do that sort of thing and get away with. Beyond that, it's just gross. And everybody's a little weirded out and uncomfortable.
Our Lips Are Sealed is a song about lesbians. Yeah, having sex. That's the classy part. They're not just, I feel like some got lost in translation there.
That doesn't matter who they're banging. It's about being a dirty hoe.
Exactly.
Like Samantha Fox, Naughty Girls Need Love Too.
Yeah.
She had a bunch of hoary music. Man, time was not kind to that poor woman. Monkey made me look up some pictures of her, and wow, that hurt.
Samantha Fox had started to look bad by the mid-90s.
I lost track of her by then because she really didn't make a whole lot of music anymore.
Well, lots of dicks and drugs will do that to a woman.
Yeah.
Just pick one of each, ladies, and stick with it.
You know who aged really well? Kylie Minogue.
Why do I know that name?
She did The Locomotion.
Oh, yeah, her.
Yeah, she did some slutty music in the 90s, and she aged really well. Like, she's still pretty hot, and she's hotter than Madonna.
Cameron, thank you. Remember my neck, my back, lick my hoe music. It's just called My Neck, My Back. You don't have to put the lick in there. Anybody who knows the song knows the next lyric. But yeah, I remember the song. And yeah, it's hoe music. And like I said, now we're just to the wet ass pussy. It's where we've achieved. I'm going to write a song, Hard Ass Cock.
Jesus. I'm going to look up Kim Wilde. I wonder if she aged well.
Which one was she? I know that name.
She did a remake of Keep Me Hanging On.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh. I've seen worse.
Prospero is reminding us that wasn't the original Locomotion.
No, it's not. It's the remake.
Yeah. Well, she was around when the thought first came up, when trains were crossing the borders. And she was there when the first lyrics were wrote. I got to talk about people using words because I saw it again today.
Real quick, though. Thank you, Jordan250, for the donation. I know you hate squirrels, but a methed up attack squirrel is a superior pet for home defense. That you keep that shit in the yard, not in the house.
It is extremely undemocratic that Election Day still isn't a national holiday in the U.S.
Wait, what?
It is undemocratic that Election Day still isn't a national holiday in the U.S.
How is that undemocratic?
I don't know. You know what kind of spoiled? Well, there's a couple of things here. Mighty Balzac, thank you. Susanna Hoffs aged very well. Depends on which picture you see of her. Because there's some picture where she still looks cute and some like, ooh.
You ever look up a picture of Jennifer Love Hewitt and accidentally think it was Susanna Hoffs?
No.
I may have done that a few times, but like, damn, looking pretty good. Your tits got huge. Oh, wait.
Some pictures of Susanna Hoffs look like a Disney rendition of an old Asian lady. It's true. If you see him, you're like, oh, he's right. But anyway, there's nothing. Democracy doesn't hang in the balance whether or not you have Election Day off or not. Democratic, it's just a word that means everything to some of these people now. And Backscan, I'm glad you said that because I'm going to address that. He says, I'm okay with it being a holiday. More people with jobs would vote. It is, rather, what's the word I'm looking for here? Privileged to think that people don't work on national holidays. You know what national holiday I got off during my 10 years at Walmart?
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've worked so many holidays, including Christmas Day. It's talk about privileged. It's privileged to have a day off.
Yeah.
That's what privilege is. You get to have a day of relaxation. They make it sound like the whole 9 to 5 work day just came about 10,000 years ago. No, people had to work and fight for that right. Yeah, James said the same thing. Always works holidays. Same here, man. I don't mind working holidays because I get extra money. And holidays don't mean much to me. But to say that it's undemocratic, there's so much aggravating in what you just said that I don't even know where to start with my rage.
Oh, Nuts is here. Hi, sweetie. We were talking about you earlier. Cats won my poll, by the way. And I didn't mean to take that out on Backscan. It's just what I was going to reply to this and didn't. I just, for one, I'm going to step away from an argument and not have it. But that's what struck me. It's not the whole undemocratic thing because that's just getting so stupid. So they use it for everything. It's going to kill our democracy. Like, no, it isn't. Ex-Bubba Hotep, thank you. Wait, people get off on national holidays? I work at a hotel. Those are our busiest days. Indeed, right? I've had one job in my 20 plus years of working where I didn't work national holidays. And even then, they started making us work national holidays.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, were the greatest times ever. I'll explain that offline, Jack. Remind me. Because they were great. I had nothing to do all day. Because my business was related to other businesses that were all closed. Like, wonderful. We sat there and talked and played on our phones for 8 hours.
Right?
Yeah, it was great. Do your election on a weekend. Even if you do it on a weekend, same thing. Not everybody has weekends off.
Yeah.
Bankers, you're talking about bankers' hours for most of what you guys are talking about. And most people don't keep those anymore.
No, they haven't in a decade or two.
We work even, they've gotten to the point where Black Friday was on fucking Thanksgiving, so people had to go to work.
Yeah. Yeah, shit, we're working now. It's 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. A holiday's just another work day for me. Yeah, the idea, and I don't necessarily disagree with the notion of a national holiday for voting. I just don't think it's going to change anything because, well, one, voting hours are usually 12 hours long and very few people work 12-hour days.
Yeah.
People are not voting because they had to work. Sorry, you're not. You could have made an arrangement. There's absentee voting you could do, and in most places there's early voting you could do. So if you're not voting, it has nothing to do with you not being able to get down to the polls that day. It has to do with you being a lazy shit. If you wanted to vote, If you're just honest about it and you're like, yeah, I just don't want to vote, then fine. But don't blow smoke up my ass. I'm not stupid. I've been around a while, Jack, and it's been my experience that there's a lot of ways to get around it if you just couldn't vote that day. I even worked one place where we did one day on election day. We were working straight through the election time. And they're like, we'll give anybody off who needs it time to go vote and come back. James Cowley, thank you. That was your cue to shill, Ranting Monkey. What was?
when I said we're working right now.
Oh,
He's not wrong. I was like, hey, I can work this into a shill.
you should have shilled. You know how to do it.
I thought you were picking up what I was putting down there.
Homie, I can't keep myself up right now.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. But I was watching Harry Potter today with my dad. And that whole thing, you're a wizard, Harry. That scene played out, and I was like, I hear that in my head all the time now. Whenever somebody mentions Harry Potter, it's that one line from Hagrid that plays over and over again in my head. And I keep thinking, I want to be as rich as J.K. Rowling for writing something less memorable than that. Because that is the biggest waste of time line to remember.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, that is the moment that changed his whole life, in fairness.
Yeah, but it's such a it wasn't like a grandiose moment. It was just such an average thing to say, like, you're a wizard, Harry. You know, like, duh.
I think it helps with the Scottish accent.
Yeah, and Robbie Coltrane is a spectacular actor. So, but yeah, so if you want us to be as memorable as a bad line from Harry Potter, you should support us. Because if you can remember that line from Harry Potter, you can remember to give us $5.
Well done.
Took a long time to get there, but I had a plan.
Matt says, you were being a dick to me. No.
No, he wasn't being a dick. He was just pointing out that he did a scientific poll, and you would not accept the results of the poll.
Yeah. And for the record, it was a poll she insisted I put up because she didn't like my first poll. My first poll in the middle of my post, I took a poll of those who wanted to answer of was I right or not. I was the only one who answered, so I put that down. And I finished my post, and she didn't consider that scientific either. So we put up the real poll, and she got all upset about it. Doug Resurrect, thank you. Howdy, Monk, Jack, and Chad Hooligans. Howdy, sir. Hope you're well.
Hey, Dark.
I think it's a Southern thing, man. They tried to break away from the U.S. at once, didn't they?
I believe the word treachery comes in somewhere.
Insurrection. Is that why he left Kansas? Because they didn't leave the Union? Wait, did Kansas leave the Union?
Actually, Kansas came in as a free state. That was the stipulation for joining, as they couldn't have slaves. Yeah. Because they joined during the war.
So, yeah. Is that why you went to Texas? Like, I'm going where we don't have to be in the Union and accept polls. Oh. Look, if you ask me to make a poll and then bitch about how I make it, that's on you.
Yeah, to be fair, Stargazer, you probably should have known better on that one.
That's on you. Mighty Balzac, thank you so much. You're always bragging about your pretty poll. You spelled that with the wrong spelling. That's an E at the end. And it's a pretty dick, thank you. I have a very pretty cock.
I think he meant your scientific poll on the Twitters.
I don't think that's what he meant. I think that was a double entendre.
It may have been, but I'd prefer not to think about that.
This U.S. Civil War was about cats and dogs. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. The North were the cats and the dogs were the South, and the North won.
Because we rock.
Well, Prospero flipped us off.
I'm from Southern California. We weren't even a part of that shit. It's one of my favorite things. You're just some idiot from the South. I'm like, San Diego, dipshit. So technically you're correct, but not exactly known for our Confederate flags down yonder.
No, those are all Mexican flags.
Right? Arriba. I had a burrito for lunch today. My son brought me a Taco Bell burrito supreme, and that was tasty.
I'm sorry.
No, it was good. It was good. But it occurs to me that I had that, and then a few hours later, my chest went, no. Maybe it was just gas.
It could be heart palpitations from the garbage food.
Oh man. I got to bring this one up because I saw it going around today, and it's the kind of shit that annoys me. Don't make me defend people I don't want to defend.
It's a day ends in Y, isn't it?
There's a clip going around of Biden today. It was a 10-second video where he said, the reason I was able to stay home during the pandemic is because black women were able to keep the grocery stores or the grocery shelves stocked. End clip. Now, let this be a lesson to you. If you ever see a 10-second clip of anybody saying anything that sounds really stupid, go find the real thing. Go find the real thing. It's not usually that hard. And so I went and looked it up, Jack. As dumb as it sounds, would you be surprised that in this 10-second gotcha clip, that's not what Biden was saying?
I would not be surprised. I also saw this clip, and I thought it was stupid.
The actual clip is still not good. There's stuff to argue with about what he said.
Yeah, because he sounds like a crazy old man.
Thank you, Keldrig. Based on the politics out of California, I can understand how one would confuse it with the Confederacy. I was born there in 75, man. There wasn't even a Confederacy at that point. I'm just saying. And you're a little northern. You're talking about like San Diego, they got pissed off that one night, and then they all stopped, and they went just got high. Because Tijuana's moved across the border these days.
Yeah.
Biden was actually making the point, and it's a ridiculous point, but he was making the point that people are sitting home thinking, wow, I was able to sit at home because some black woman stocked the shelves. I was able to, what was the one he used about Latinos? They like cut his garden or something. I can't remember. But the way he gives his little speechy thing, he makes it sound like we're talking about the 1950s. Like suddenly people just realized black people can be helpful. I'm like, now you might have just realized that, Joe. I mean, given your, love of people like Robert Byrd.
Right.
But this is the shit that pissed me off, because this is a good thing to still go after him for. That what he said there's absolutely asinine. The idea that blacks and whites haven't been living together in mostly harmony for the last 40 fucking years never occurs to this guy. Not once. He thinks people have just realized black people might be stocking their store shelves. Which, by the way to not give them any credit for also being a large part of hospital staffs, Joe. There's a lot of essential workers in hospitals that are black, Jack.
It's true. It's true.
Nah, he goes straight for the grocery shelves. Them uneducated Negroes is out there stocking your shelf. Oh, Joe.
Do you think he uses the word boy a lot?
Oh, I'm sure he does. Didn't he call Obama boy once?
I think so, but he did. The one I always remember is he's clean and articulate.
Clean and articulate, yes, those are the two from that one thing. I want to say he said it once, but don't quote me on that, guys, because it wouldn't be the first time I was wrong. But there's something to criticize here. This notion that, and look, there was a time that this was a relevant thought, but he's trying to turn it into coronavirus has made us understand, excuse me, that it's made us understand that those who don't have the same color skin as us are helping us get through this thing. Joe, we know black people exist and contribute to America, you racist piece of shit. But there's people who got mad at me for pointing this out, Jack. They got mad at me for pointing out that clip was taken out of context.
Well, it's only fair when he's taken out of context. We point that out too.
Yeah, exactly. The one guy, Trump is taken out of context all the time. Not by me, motherfucker. He actually said, Trump's taken out of context all the time and nobody has a problem with it.
We point that out all the time.
Bitch, listen to my show. I do it all the, yeah. We were doing it yesterday, I'm sure, if not the day before. It's a rather recurring theme here. Go after him for what they actually say. Like I said, in this clip, what he says is absolutely ridiculous. And if you actually want to see how bad he looks and you wanted something to clip at the beginning of this talk, it was carried by the PBS NewsHour. I forget what the talk exactly was, but he is spitting and sputtering trying to get words out.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Thank you, Mighty Balzac, who says, I'm picturing Biden as Foghorn Leghorn. Indeed.
Right?
I'll say, why do you have to insult Foghorn? Hey, he said, it just reminds him.
It's Foghorn Leghorn, the dementia years. I say, I don't remember who you are, boy.
I swear he called somebody boy once.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all.
I'm not, I wouldn't be shocked to find out either way. Yeah, where was this at? Oh, shut up, fat lady. It was a round table with veterans at Tampa, Florida. And that led into him talking about black women stocking grocery shelves.
What?
Yeah. Hang on just a second here. I want to bring this up. So I want you to listen to him, Jack. And again, there's plenty to criticize. All right, first we got to see the big bitch ask her question because I didn't timestamp this.
Thank you for what you and Dr. Biden have done for all military families. The Joining Forces Initiative profoundly impacted efforts around military spouse employment
Shut the hell
and other
up.
military family issues. Thank you for inviting us here today.
Great question. Great question. That wasn't a question. Anyway, listen to Biden. Ready?
Thank you for what your company's done. Look, you all know this because you're veterans and many of you have spouses, if not all of you. I don't want to presume anything, but the fact is that.
Do you know how old he sounds?
Yeah, he sounds terrible.
Now, I should tell you, before they came over here and sat down, he did give a little speech standing up. So I'm wondering if it just winded him that badly to need to go sit down, because he sounds better later on in the speech other than his sputtering. But oh my God. Like, damn, dude, you sound like you died yesterday. Do you got the corona too?
Well, did somebody in his campaign test positive for it?
Last I knew, nobody in his campaign had.
Oh, okay.
Would he sound better without the mask? He wouldn't be breathing heavy either way, I would think. I'm an asthmatic smoker, and I wear my mask with cripple. Let me throw that on top, too, without heavy breathing like that all the time. I've never sounded like that with a mask on, just from putting a mask on.
Not from standing and then sitting down.
You think they would tell you? I think if Biden's camp ended up with COVID, it'd be impossible for them to hide it. I mean, like, why did he have to disappear for 2 weeks? Press asks questions, even if they're not, not good questions all the time. I do wonder what would happen if Biden got it. And I'm not wishing it on him because I don't think the man could handle it, his body.
No.
But I do wonder if he got it, if they would talk about here how irresponsible he's been.
That's a good question.
Jim Acosta actually used the words patient zero in responding to Donald Trump coming back to the White House today. I don't think if Biden got it, they would ever even suggest it was something he did or that he was responsible for spreading to anyone else, no matter what he could open tongue kiss every supporter he came across and they'd be like, it wasn't him. Like, but we can see their tongues. They didn't even lock lips. Like, nah, that wasn't it. I mean, that's not how you spread the corona. Yeah, it's just, if Biden caught it, Trump, or they'd say Trump gave it to him at the debate. Well, there's a lot of stuff going around about that one at the ACB nomination ceremony and how 8 people who were there have turned up sick. You mean 8 people who work in the White House, who work with each other a lot? They all ended up sick, and they happened to be at this one ceremony together.
Yeah,
I'm shocked. Necrosol, thank you. If Biden got it, it would be Trump's fault. Indeed. I have no doubt about that. I am curious if we're going to have the next debate, or if they do have it, if they're going to insist on doing it via teleconference.
I bet they do because it benefits Biden that way. Well, Dangerous pointed out a good thing. It would kind of hurt the Democrat narrative because Biden is doing all the stuff they keep saying doesn't spread it.
Oh, no. See, all they would do then is like, even if you take precautions, you can still get it.
Lock down more.
Lock down more. Hashtag lockdown more.
We must all be Amish now.
Speaking of lockdown more, my governor's come out and I don't know why it was trending this morning, but it was trending again that she'd gotten shot down by the Michigan Supreme Court because she wants them to clarify what date they said her order has to end, which is weird because they declared that she didn't have the power to extend the lockdowns and keep her emergency powers after April 30th.
So all this should have ended immediately.
Yeah. But instead, they gave her like a month to take care of it. And they actually gave her, what is it? I think 23 days. And she wants it to be 28 days or something like that. She wants it to literally the day before the election.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, that's not telling at all, is it, you horrible bitch?
Right?
You absolute horrible bitch. That says because her AG refused to follow her orders. Well, most of the stories I saw, and these were stories just today, and I think it was probably because I want to say it was the New York Times just wrote an article today. But yeah, most of the articles I saw were still about her losing. There were a couple of articles about the AG saying, yeah, we're not dealing with this anymore. It's up to local municipalities if they want to do it. Which the local municipalities were like, fuck it, we ain't doing it anyway.
Yeah.
Because most of them haven't been.
Well, I don't blame them. You have to have money flowing for the economy to survive. You can't just destroy everything. And a lot of these smaller municipalities, they can't afford to have everybody unemployed.
She has 21, the appeal ruling, so they stay in effect. What?
She has 21 days because of the appeal.
Well, I understand that, but that doesn't make sense when I understand that you're telling me what they said, but with the Supreme Court saying that she didn't have that power after April 30th, all of it should have ceased right then.
Yeah, it should have, but you know how the government works.
Yeah.
They just flaunt the laws.
And it's great because now the Republicans are like, maybe she'll work with us to get something done.
Yeah, right.
Well, maybe she will. And then it'll be the Republicans helping her do this shit. And then they can't fall back on it just being her anymore. Because that's what they're doing right now. It's just her. All right, well, what would you do? Shit, I don't want to make that decision. They haven't done anything. So, look, I don't think we needed the lockdowns from the first place. So, Who am I to judge this shit? Yeah, it should have been immediate. Just that's unconstitutional. You did not have this power after April 30th. Everything you did with this power April 30th is null and void. But welcome. It should, but the appeals process rules are a little screwy, and yes, 21 days. Again, I understand the appeal thing, but once the court knocks it down, like if this went to the Supreme Court tomorrow and they ruled no, she didn't have that authority, it would end then, no matter what the appeal rule was. Just nope, you don't have that authority. The end. Fucking Michigan, man. But yeah, she wrote a letter to them asking them to make it, I want to say it was 28 days, because I remember it's just the day before the election that what she wanted would run out. And she's still refusing to release the information about how many dead people she made in old folks' homes.
Oh, she's not telling anyone that.
Yeah, we're going to have a Republican governor in there to ever find out that shit. We don't have to give you the information about how many of your parents we killed while we're blaming Trump for it.
Yeah. And there'll be no repercussions on her for that or anyone else.
Saw a story today. I'm gonna let you guess, Jack. I saw the headline and a picture.
Oh no.
It said 3rd grade teacher dies from COVID after only 3 weeks or something like that. What did I see in the picture that immediately made me go, yeah?
Big fat old lady.
Close. She looked maybe late 30s. But otherwise, yeah, just this huge fat bitch. She didn't even have a neck. Her head just sat on her ham hocks of shoulders.
She looked like a snowman.
And they said they quarantined her 3rd grade class, and none of them have come down sick yet because they're fucking 3rd graders.
Yeah, and they run around and do shit all the time. She's a big fat fatty.
They didn't tell me in the story, Shrouded, how old she was. Shroud is asking how old she was. I never saw a age.
They haven't counted the rings yet.
They can't get through it. I'm just looking at like, stop doing this, because they did this with this this medical student, Jack, who was thin. I want to give her that, but medical student dies of COVID, and all she wanted to do was work with babies. She wanted to be a OB doctor. Well, her second rotation brought her to the ER.
Oh, oops.
And she caught COVID and died because she had like 39 pre-existing conditions that she was born with. If anybody loved this girl at all, they would have told her never to become a doctor.
Right?
Like, serious, she had some serious medical conditions, including problems with her heart.
Oh, man. Yeah, that sucks. But look, know your limitations, people.
And I'm with you. It sucks. I'm not happy either of these two people died, but I'm tired of these fucking headlines. She died after only a week. Like, that bitch died when that last cup of pudding hit her from the salad bar. Stop it. That bitch in that article today easily was pushing 300. Easily. And that's if she was 5'4", because I'm judging Jack because they only showed her head and the top of her shoulders. You know why they did that.
Yeah, of course. Because they're like, we can't show this whole ham beast. We don't have a wide angle lens.
And they're like, good God. Stop it. Stop pretending like this can... You know, Trump came out and he told people not to make the disease the center of their lives. And a whole bunch of people got pissed off. How dare he say that? My husband... I saw a video. My husband died of this. He didn't make it the center of his life. He died of it. I didn't make it the center of my life. It made it the center. No. That's not what he's saying, sweetheart. It's not at all what he's saying. Literally, 1,000 things could kill you in a day. And I'm probably underselling that. From slipping in your tub and hitting your head to choking as you take a drink of water. We are a mortal beast. And if you actually stop and just worry about all the shit that might kill you, you're never going to get anything done. Ever.
Yeah, you'll just live in terror all the time.
And there's people who do that, and it's not a good way to live. Ask them. They're afraid of everything.
Yeah, that's not living. You're not out there living. You're just hiding in terror all the time. That's look, none of us are getting out of this alive. That's how it works. That's called life. Death is a part of life. The sooner you accept that, the happier you're going to be.
And that's not to say don't take precautions. We look both ways before we cross the street because you can get hit by a car.
Yeah.
We don't outlaw cars. We don't stop crossing streets. We take precautions and then get on with our fucking day. And that's all the president's getting at. But they're treating it like he's like, oh man, he's just saying nobody will ever get sick and die from this. No, he's not. It's not even close to what he said. He's saying if a fat old man like him can get over it as well as he has, maybe you can too, especially if you're young and healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, take sensible precautions based on your lifestyle.
Joke's on you. I found the mushroom. I've got one more life coming to me. I feel like somebody sold you a lie, my friend. Yeah. Don't. I've seen so many people. I mean, that they are just afraid to do anything because of Corona. And then I see these stories which just beat that into your fucking head over and over and over again.
Well, they get control by making you live in fear. And that's we've noticed this for the last few months. Giving up your freedom because you're afraid doesn't help you at all.
No, it doesn't.
Did nobody read Mask of the Red Death when they were kids? Because or in school? Because Edgar Allan Poe nailed this. If there's a disease out there, it can get you wherever you are. So use some sensible precautions, but you can't hide away and expect not to, or expect to be immune. You can't hide from life. Life will find you. Life is a way of throwing things at you, and you don't like them, but too bad. Deal with it. So just use common sense when you're out doing stuff. You can't hide.
Last time we talked about this on the show, we talked about, somebody could drive into your house and people are like, haha, I live on the second floor. So what we do, we went out there and we found you guys pictures of cars landing in the second story of buildings.
Yep.
You're not safe anywhere. Enjoy the fucking ride.
Yeah, get out there and live your life.
And all we have done with all of this nonsense is prolong it. And you know what? Maybe more people will live from that because we found other drugs that have worked. The treatments right now are amazing. Most people are not even coming close to dying from it. When was the last time you heard about people needing ventilators?
Oh, it's been a while. They've got that steroid now that they figured out works.
They the last time I heard it was in Austin when this was blowing up real bad in Texas and they didn't have enough hospital beds down there. And we might need ventilators. Did anybody need them? No, but we said we might because it got us headlines. Nobody needed them. Nobody. Trump has said this, and it's absolutely true. Nobody that's needed a ventilator in the United States has never not gotten one because it wasn't available. That's just a fact.
Yep.
But this fat bitch died. Yeah, I know. And it sucks. And I'm sorry for her family. And it's a shitty way for her to go. Maybe do a sit-up, Karen.
Look, we're all going to die. Before you do, if you have $5.
Well played. We are brought to you by you. Hit that like button, hit the share button. And if you got $5, throw it at Jack for a wonderful show. Cameron, thank you. Terror leads to fear, which leads to panic, which leads to desperation. Desperate people take whatever deals are offered. A politician's dream. Oh yeah,
Nailed it.
I mean, we've seen that. They're just happy they have a virus right now because that'll scare the shit out of people. I mean, before we had the alt-right, they were coming to get us. Remember that?
Yeah. Now they're trying that with the Proud Boys, and COVID's their backup plan for everything. What's the other one they're throwing out lately?
QAnon.
Oh yeah, QAnon.
QAnon, where they embrace conspiracy theories, not like those idiots on Twitter who are saying the president didn't have the disease or had the disease and they fake coming. I don't know. I can't even pay attention to what their conspiracy bullshit is now.
It's so lazy. It's not even a good conspiracy. At least the QAnon thing, you might have reptile people and it's got secret satanic pedos and shit like that. All right. You put 10 minutes worth of thought into it, but holy fuck. Oh, he's faking. It's not a good conspiracy theory.
Trump is dead. They replace him with a hologram. You know what? We could probably get in more trouble for saying that on this show than saying Trump faked COVID.
Yeah.
Ex-Bubba Hotep said, well, there might have been people who have needed a ventilator that didn't have COVID and didn't get it because they were saving them for COVID people. That's possible because we do know there's hospital beds that have been saved for COVID patients and people have been turned away from those hospitals. That happened in Austin. Not that the hospitals were full. They were just saving them in case. They still ended up in beds. It just took them a little longer to find one. Yeah. You know.
Hey, not all reptoids are pedos.
Oh, man.
So did you see anything else on Twitter that caught your eye?
Probably, but I don't remember it.
Well, I found a few things. If you're
What
interested.
you got? Dude, you don't have to wait for me to be done to bring up one you saw.
Well, you had some topics. They were more interesting than mine. So found a BLM tearing through a kid's birthday party.
Oh, I saw that video.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
It's the first one. It should be.
Yeah. This was just nuts. I actually saw, speaking of nuts, I saw this because Nuts had retweeted it. And Nuts was like, somebody should kick their ass.
Right?
I'm paraphrasing.
This is how people get shot.
All right, this is a child's birthday party going on, and this is a bitch ruining it.
Excuse me.
Hey.
Move yourself.
They already said I can move it, so I really don't care about y'all twice. So y'all gonna move y'all shit? Are y'all gonna move y'all shit? Then move your stuff. Then move your stuff. That's fine.
Wow.
I'm afraid I'd have had to.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm gonna have to step in there, you know.
Yeah.
Ain't she a peach?
Yeah, that's that girl's a delight. What got me was that this was a reason this didn't make the news is because they're Latinos.
Yeah.
They can't have them showing intersectional violence, I guess.
That would never happen, Jack.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting. They were just having a birthday party for a kid. And not even being loud or causing a problem. These idiots come in and tear it up. That's fucking disgusting. They're minding their own business, clearly not doing anything. I was furious when I saw this.
All right, I have your second link here. And why did I know you'd pull this one up? Oh, God. Fringe conspiracy theorists think Trump is an immortal alien. Got COVID as cover to shapeshift.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Trump is not this hot, first of all.
No, but that is how you do a conspiracy right.
Trump's coronavirus diagnosis has already been written into the doctrine of bizarre conspiracy theorists. It was as of the first day, but this is, I guess, the bizarre one. Jack, do I need to?
You could just leave it there because that's. I'll drop the link in the chat so they can enjoy if they choose to. But that really made my day, just catching that headline.
Yeah, I was wondering if you had seen it. Oh, I saw this one. I don't know if we can show this one. Because isn't there music in this?
Oh,
yeah. This one we'll throw into chat. It is a take on The Walking Dead, but it's Democrats.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's good. It is good. And wasn't that put out by Trump's camp?
I don't know who put that out, but I think it was Trump. But whoever did that, it deserves a pay raise. That was fucking genius.
Yeah, stupid laws. I'd like to show that one, but I don't have access to that music. Oh, and I'm glad you got this one because I forgot this one. So this guy, I saw this on a different tweet, Jack, and it was Andy No who had tweeted out that this guy's just gotten out of jail again. Here we go. This is a Portland City Council meeting, guys. Back in March. This wonderful gentleman has just been released from jail. I forget how many times he's been locked up now.
Several.
But he's going to tell you guys what Antifa is all about in Portland.
My name is Jeff Singer. The mask has nothing to do with hiding my identity. I'm taking away my individuality.
Jack, if he's taking away his individuality, why does he need his name?
I don't know. And he's part of a group of intersectional radicals, so they all think like a collective. So I don't know why he needs individuality.
I'm taking away my individuality. Here's my individual name. Bitch, you're hiding your identity because you didn't think you'd ever get arrested.
Represent a mass of humanity who are tired, hungry, poor, and huddling from tyrants like you, Mayor Wheeler. Yeah. I am so done coming here and using big words. I haven't even done it that many times, but I am done.
I am not surprised big words wear this guy out.
Well, it requires too much thought.
And more muscle mass than I'm sure he has.
Yeah.
We're tired, poor, hungry, and huddled. This piece of work.
I am done watching you look at me with that look. You're talking about sanctuary? We know it is a pointless term. It means not a goddamn thing.
They're talking about Portland being a sanctuary city.
Sanctuary!
which actually does have a very specific meaning, dipshit. What I forgot his name already. Oh God. By the way, guys, I just want to point out, this is before all the recent violence is broken out. That's February. By this time, I'm sorry, March. This is just after we've started to realize COVID might be a real problem.
Oh no, this is March 2017.
Oh, sorry, 17. That's not even. That's 3 years before COVID. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I didn't even pay attention to the last date. So this is years ago. Years ago. For all of those like Antifa, they don't, it's just this new thing. It's not. It's been around for a long time, and they've been violent a long time. Especially in Portland.
Yeah.
I have been up all night. Literally, I have not slept, stewing over the fucking fact that one of your pigs shot a boy point blank range with a fucking assault rifle, Wheeler. This is out of control.
He seems mad.
He seems like a peach, doesn't he?
It's out of control. I've been up all night thinking about one of your pigs shooting a boy point blank in the face. Do we know what that shooting was?
I don't know offhand. I probably could look it up, but I don't really care about anything this guy says because he's a baby.
It's ridiculous. It's over. Sanctuary? What sanctuary? Sanctuary from the rivers of fucking blood running our goddamn streets? Sanctuary from the fucking cold? It's over. There's no more asking you for a goddamn thing. Fuck you.
They're so articulate.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's funny is they'll all vote for Wheeler.
Yeah.
You are a cap.
Just like Charlie No Hell.
And you may all interrupt my testimony as much as you like. As much as you like. Because your righteous indignation fills me with a fire, comrades. I will take.
Comrades. There's your first clue.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Wheeler. What do you think this is? It's a fucking gas mask. My own capital, my own labor. I had to put into this, protect myself from your violent and oppressive paramilitary organization that only thirsts for blood.
Jack, have you been gassed in Portland recently?
No, I haven't because I don't run around trying to set shit on fire.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe we should invest our capital, our own labor into some.
Yeah, I know. It's as opposed to having everybody hand one out. You know, they should have just handed them out. Because why does he have to invest his own capital and labor? That's oppressive or something.
You are a capitalist, a treasurer, a statist, a tyrant. You are nothing to me. You are just scum. This is nothing about sanctuary. This is a chew out. To let you know, this is little Beirut, Mayor Wheeler. This is the city of roses, and it has thorns. They're standing behind me. There's people getting real fucking done with fucking around with your cops in the street.
Remember, guys, all the violence you see right now is because of George Floyd.
Yeah.
2017. March of 2017. 4.5 years ago.
You are laying the fucking seeds for an insurrection on the record, Jeff Singer. It is not a threat.
What was that word he just used?
I believe it was insurrection.
Insurrection? Thank you, Dark Resurrect. Oh, how the left eats their own. Indeed. Insurrection. Isn't that the I word we've been using?
I believe it is.
Huh. Feel like we've been paying attention, Jack.
Right?
It is a fact, and it's a fact. You are building towards something that's going to blow. Go fuck yourself, you fucking pig.
Well, isn't he cool?
I would like to point something out, though. 2003, I did a short video. And you can see it here on my screen right now. He's just ripping me off.
Nice.
This is still on my channel. And that same character appeared in my book in 2013 on the cover. And again, they're stealing from me. What the fuck? They didn't even buy my book. That's really offensive to me.
That's fucked up. They should have at least bought the book.
Right? Which you could buy on Amazon. But it's just frustrating to see that and listen to these idiots and nobody takes them seriously.
I'm looking. I see this. Grand jury clears Portland officer who shot black teen. This is from March 21st of 2017, which puts it the day before this hearing. A county jury, a Multnomah County jury, has declined to charge a Portland officer who shot and killed an African-American teen last month. Yeah, I don't know. Officer Andrew Hirsch shot 17-year-old Quincy Derek Hayes while searching for a robbery suspect. The victim told police that the suspect, later determined to be Hayes, put a gun to his head and held him hostage for approximately 30 minutes in the car, then stole his Oregon Trail EBT card and an item of clothing. Police also said they received a 911 call about a car prowler at a nearby Banfield Pet Hospital. The caller provided a description of the suspect consistent with the two 911 calls. Police said they located Hayes and he ran off. Officers then set up a perimeter and began searching for him using a dog. According to the Bureau, officers located Hayes crouching in an alcove between a house and a garage. Officers believed he was armed with a handgun, as reported by the robbery victim. Hayes was ordered multiple times by officers to keep his hands up, but made repeated and deliberate motions with his hands to an area of his waistband and pockets. Oh, and so they shot him. Well, that'll do it. I'm guessing that's the one they're talking about.
Probably.
Yeah, these things happen.
Don't do shit like that, people.
Building the seeds of an insurrection. And all it's going to take is a crime in a different city. And the media eats this shit up.
Alex is in chat. How you doing, man?
Hey, Alex. How you doing, man? Yeah. They're not even hiding it, man.
No, and they haven't been for years. People just don't want to listen to what they're saying.
Comrades, insurrection. Do these words mean nothing to people anymore?
No, they don't. People think they're just saying words. Sometimes people mean what they say.
It's just... Yeah, I know, like I said, I know Andy No had tweeted this out. I want to see if I can find his tweet on the guy. Because I know he mentioned him being arrested. Yeah, I can't find it. Andy posts too much shit. Did you see the video from the conservative protest in Portland today?
No, I haven't seen much about it, actually. There was Wolf City was going crazy in Texas.
I'm going to... What?
Wolf City. There was a guy shot there.
Oh, God. All right, so there's some pro-America people. Okay. And then there were some, well, you know, shitty people. And watch this chick right here.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, are you serious right now? No. Let me get her out of here.
You okay?
Nice, huh?
That's fucked up.
I don't know how anybody there didn't throw a punch, man. So I'd have knocked a bitch on her ass if she did that to somebody I knew. Don't start none, won't be none.
Right.
Because they needed to steal her flag because they don't like America, but they are happy as fuck to still live here, right?
Yeah. Well, they've never lived under a totalitarian regime. They've never had to experience anything with that. They don't know what they're asking for. These people are fools.
Did you happen to catch what color that chick was?
No.
They were trying to steal that flag from a black woman.
Oh.
Grabbed a black woman by her hair and threw her to the ground. Guess it's okay to be that kind of racist, right?
I guess. Oh, she's what do they call that? Skin folk, not kinfolk.
Oh, gotcha. Monkey just sparked one up. Roger that. Monkey's having trouble breathing and smoking, so it's a smart thing.
I wonder if there's a correlation there.
Well, it's not that kind of trouble breathing. It just feels like a weight on my chest. I'm not kidding. When I said earlier, it felt like a fat woman sat on my chest. It could have been a fat guy. I don't know. Felt like a fat something sat on my chest. Caramon, thank you. Waiting for the Fort Sumter moment. It's close. It's not. All of you are waiting for your Civil War too. Those were states against states, not people against people.
Yeah, this will be more French Revolution.
Yeah, this is more your Bolshevik revolution kind of thing. This is your Chinese revolution. Where else have we had these revolutions? This isn't state against state.
Yeah, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia.
Yeah, this is this is your insurrection, just people movements. It's not going to be standing armies against each other. You're not going to have anything like that. That's right. I'm not worried about the United States. I'm really not. Not at the moment. I'm getting there. If Kamala gets in, I'd be worried.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll have a lot more authoritarian overreach. I mean, like your COVID restrictions are going to be federal instead of state by state.
Cameron, thank you. I don't want it, but I've come to expect it. And how's it worked out? I'm not trying to be a jackass here, but everybody who keeps saying Civil War, either you don't know what the Civil War was or you don't understand what's happening now. And I'm not being mean there. I'm just explaining. We're talking about armed people in the streets where that was literally the southern states saying, we're not part of you anymore. Shit touched off and armies went head to head. Antifa doesn't have an army. BLM doesn't have an army. At best, you're talking a revolution, maybe. It won't go anywhere, though.
Yeah, but there'll be a lot of dead people.
Yeah, there could be a lot of dead people from it. See, I don't think we'll even get to that. I think at some point, unless even Kamala, at some point, she's got to go, no, this is wrong. No, this was wrong. And to be honest with you, Jack, having a Biden/Kamala in there might actually help calm things down. Not because they're good people or not shitholes, because they are, but because at that point, it's on them to actually quell this shit. And if they don't, then that reflects badly on them.
Well, then you've got the possibility of state overreach because, if they do something like that, it's going to be very heavy-handed. Can you imagine Hillary Clinton making decisions on what to do about insurrectionist groups?
I get you, but I think we should have been more heavy-handed by this point.
Yeah, well, this is actually violence. But if you're trying to set up a power grab, this is how you would do it. You would have a couple of groups that you loosely control that aren't directly affiliated with, causing massive problems, and then you have an excuse to declare a lockdown and go in and become a police state.
Who did that? Who did that with Antifa specifically?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like I know this.
Yeah, it's right there in the 30s part of my brain.
Yeah, somewhere around about 32, if I remember correctly.
Sounds pretty right. Oh, Alex wants on.
Oh, all right, but I'm not going to go for very much longer. But yeah, I'll send you a link, buddy. that's sharing the screen, which is not what I want to do.
Well, you could do that too, I suppose.
You'd be shocked, or maybe you wouldn't, how many times I go to send you the link and I'm like, why the fuck is it showing? Oh, I hit the wrong button. They just did a thing at the bottom of my screen, man. They all run together. Yeah, Bear Notes, he can come on whenever the hell he wants to. As long as I see it, I guess. There you go, bud. It's in your DMs. Yeah, me and him haven't got to talk. I think you were there last time me and him spoke.
Oh, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long while. If not, maybe we talked the day or two after that. But yeah, we haven't spoken in a long time. I miss my bear.
Jordan did point out that they have umbrella lines, Monkey.
That is true. Real quick, I want to say hi to Bear. How you doing, Alex?
Hold on a second. Good. Hello. How are we? Good to see you.
All right. And gentlemen, will you talk for just a minute? I have to crawl my way to the restroom and back.
Told you to get a Gatorade bottle.
Mm-hmm.
That's uncivilized.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
You old bastard. Hello, Jack.
How you doing, Alex?
I'm okay, thank you very much. All the better for seeing you, darling. How are you?
Oh, not too bad.
Good. I've just come back from the nurses. Well, I say the GP's office, because I made a appointment to get my blood pressure taken from the pharmacy, and they were like, you have to go next door to the GP surgery and do it yourself. And I was like, what? Wow. I was like, okay. And I went next door, and the lady next door just basically told me to go fuck myself. She went, no, we've got you in with the nurse. And I was like, okay. So then I sat in there, and then she put me on the scales, told me I was fat, and kicked me out.
Sounds like all my doctor visits.
Yeah, pretty much. I've actually gained a little bit of weight. She was like, you're close to your target BMI, darling, but I don't know. But yeah, how are you, man? It's been ages.
I know, right? I'm doing, same old. How have you been?
Oops and downsy. Everyone in the chat's asking how I am. Hello, everybody in the chat. I hope you are well and having a lovely day. I sound like an American drunk who trying to be British. That's why drunk when I get on so well, I suppose. But no, thanks to the lovely socialized healthcare system we have here in the United Kingdom called the National Health Service, I lost my job. Yeah, medically discharged. And I also had to say goodbye to my car yesterday because I'm not allowed to drive. So I had to scrap that bad boy. And I had my final MRI. Well, I hope it was my final MRI the other week. So I'm just waiting to be told that they don't know what it is.
Damn.
Well, my mother throughout her life has had a similar experience. My family's plagued by all kinds of shit. But no, yeah. So I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm remaining chipper, and just trying to get on with shit, as it were. But Monkey,
yes, sir.
How are you, darling? How are you?
Not worth talking about today, my friend.
I
In general, I am wonderful. In general, I'm wonderful. So
I'm turning into you. I really am. Really am turning into you. Last week, I was awake for 2 days against my will, and then I had 6 hours, and then I was awake for another day and a half. So yeah, I'm turning into you, mate. It's just I don't stream as much as you do because I'm just like I don't react well to lack of sleep, I suppose, but. Yeah, but it's good to see you. It's good to be here, and it's good to see everybody in the chat.
Yeah, I was telling Jack, it's been forever since you and I have gotten to speak. I think the last time we spoke on stream, Jack was here. And that's been months.
In fact, no, the last time we were on stream together, was Lords of the Night when I just popped up in the chat in the last like 30 minutes. And then Drunken came on. Yeah.
Indeed, yeah. Hey, it's my memory. Are we going to trust it? Fuck. No.
Well, to be fair, I'm surprised mine's working. So I've been up since 1 a.m. So that's a winner. I don't know what it is. My body does this thing to me now where it's always 1 o'clock in the morning, without a doubt. If I decide to myself, I'm gonna get an early night tonight, I'll get in bed, I'll wind down, watch a couple of YouTube videos, a couple of Let's Game It Out videos on the mobile device, and fall asleep by about 10 p.m. Wake up at 1 a.m.
Without, have you tried reversing that and saying I'm going to stay up really late? Maybe you'll fall asleep.
No, if I stay up, my body just automatically wants to stay up until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
yeah. So there's that. But what's the crack, boys? I noticed that you're watching a couple of videos. Some flag stealing was going on. Don't do that. That's illegal. That's there.
Yeah, just more Antifa nonsense in the States here. You know how it is. And they were just watching the last video we watched was these shitheads from back in 2017 telling us exactly what they were going to do. That's been happening this year. And everybody's like, they've been great people. They're not violent or horrible people. The fucker literally used the word insurrection.
I actually don't know what's going on in my own country because of what's going on in America. Oh, yeah, a super chat.
Excuse me. Dragon Mates, thank you. I'd punch the BLM lady that ruined the kid's birthday. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, both those bitches get punched in the face.
Don't ruin a kid's birthday.
Yeah, it's 9-year-old's birthday.
Yeah, it's fucking rude.
All the things. Look, I know you're a miserable bitch, but take a Midol. Don't ruin a kid's birthday over it.
I'm British, and I wouldn't ruin a 9-year-old's birthday.
That's some German shit right there.
But it
I'm not have the fun.
His birthday is not efficient enough.
They had a bounce house, so that's just. They're like. Germans hate bounce houses. That's science.
Sad. We call them bouncy castles here in the UK, and a couple of years back had one for my eldest, who's now 15. He's going to be 16 in March. I feel old. I've been around since. Oh fuck me! My phone's going off. Please excuse me.
No, you're fine. There you go. Yeah, what's up?
You want to watch something else enraging?
Oh God, sure. Pissing me off with this time.
This is a funeral.
Oh no.
I like to keep you guessing.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
It's my privilege to have been asked to conduct our service today to celebrate the life of Alan Wright. I therefore offer you all a very warm welcome as we unite in love and friendship to
Not allowed to console your mom at a funeral.
At that point, ain't it too late? Anything you were stopping by moving them up or keeping them apart is already done.
Yeah.
They were just together. That's
such bullshit. Just if you can't console your mom at a funeral and some asshole comes up and tells you to separate, that's a crime of passion if you knock his teeth out. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'd have punched that guy right in the face, but wow, Corona is dangerous. Got you knocked the fuck out. Why?
I don't know. People are so afraid of getting sick, and they're so afraid of what the government will do if they get caught not social distancing. I find that reprehensible.
It's I mean, maybe there's something there with the insurance of that place. Right? We don't want to get sued. They sounded British. So
hey.
What?
Who sounded British?
The guy who just broke up the funeral.
Who broke up a funeral? What happened? Who died?
Let me put it back on screen. Hang on. Bear missed it, so we'll show it again.
Okay, my apologies.
They sounded British. I don't know what that Cockney accent was.
Hello, Governor. How are ya? Chip, chip, chiroo. Every American trying to imitate my accent ever. Well, did he come out? Oh, let's have a listen. Oh my God!
Sorry.
You got to love StreamYard. All right. Am I being British blamed by an American?
Yes. All right, here we go again.
It's my privilege to have been asked to conduct our service today to celebrate the life of
Governor
Alan.
Sounds British, yeah. What the fuck are they doing?
I therefore
Consoling their mother.
A warm welcome as we unite in love and friendship to
I see.
Didn't even give him the finger. I'd have at least given him the finger.
This COVID stuff is
I'd have made him move me.
It's getting a bit silly, isn't it? Like
a little bit, yeah.
Fuck me, man.
Yeah, if you can't console your mom at your dad's funeral, then what the fuck are we doing as humans? This is disgusting.
Yeah, that is. You know, when I see these videos of like Florida man doing it at local town meetings, whatever, man, it's a town meeting, but a fucking funeral, you try and do that to me, mate. I don't give a fuck. I may be on crutches, but I wrap one around your fucking head.
Right?
Yeah. I would knock that fat man out or die trying.
Mm-hmm.
And then the headline would be, crazed lunatic cripples his way up a fat man's ass. I just don't get it, especially like I pointed out to Jack before you got back there. By that point, they'd already been next to each other.
Yeah.
Any contamination's already happened. No, take your contamination back to where you were.
And like Dangerous just said, he walked right up to them and told them to. He wasn't even social distancing.
I didn't see a mask attached to his face. Well, you couldn't see his face, but you'd still be able to see, you know, the mask on his ears or whatever. So,
hey, Vanilla Bear.
Yeah,
the council have apologized. Oh, is that for that?
Yeah, must have. She keeps an eye on British news. I don't, because British news is infinitely more boring than American news.
But sometimes we still laugh at it.
Well, of course.
We like to cowboy it up a little bit for you. Keeps it interesting.
I thoroughly enjoyed the Biden-Trump debate.
Hold on one second.
Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Thank you so much. The Welsh government now has a race council based on critical race theory, because of course they do.
Well, so, the Welsh party, Plaid Cymru, Bren, they are very, very quote unquote progressive. Why are they called progressive? What's progressive about segregating people?
I don't know, but the Klan seems to have a book on that somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure there's.
But you were talking about you enjoyed the debate. I feel like you're the only person besides me who did.
Oh, I fucking loved it. I was because I watched your stream when you were playing the game, and then when you finished, I put it on, and I was sat here playing Satisfactory, laughing my fucking tits off at just Trump trolling the shit out of Biden. He's bringing up his son and shit, and I was going, "Ooh!"
Yeah, there were several moments
out of him
where I was just like, "Oh fuck!"
No, I know a lot of people weren't particularly amused by it. I found it fucking hilarious. Yeah, no policy was spoken about, but that's what Trump does. What he does best. He controlled the narrative. He trolled the fuck out of Biden, and laughs were had.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. There were a lot of people. Well, this is unbecoming. Okay, first of all, the only thing he did other than bring up Biden's son, which, by the way, Biden brought up his son first, and Trump brought him up a second time.
Mm-hmm. I felt like Biden was running on anger alone.
Oh, he was mad as shit during that part. It was great. Oh, my son was perfect in the military. No, the other one, dickhead. The one you don't talk about who's still alive.
I found it very funny.
During the DNC, so you got me all pepped up again because we're talking politics. I love this shit. During the DNC, everybody talked about Beau Biden. Everybody, even Kamala gave a long part of her acceptance speech to Beau Biden and how they were friends. It gets to Hunter. The only thing they say in this whole fucking thing about Hunter Biden, there's one line where Biden goes, when he's listing off all of his children and grandchildren, and he goes, and Hunter, and he moves on right to the next person. That's it. The living son, that's all they get. I'm like, wow, no wonder he's a cokehead.
No, I thought it was hilarious. Okay, no policy was spoken about. Obviously, I imagine the majority of American people want to hear policy. But at the same time, I just enjoyed the shit show. You know, I thought it was fucking hilarious. Biden was big mad. He couldn't contain it. Trump just threw every dig at him. He pointed out that he's been in fucking politics, 47 years.
Yes.
And Trump's done more in 47 months. I was just sat here just laughing at all these digs, man. I was like, it's like you only get this in British politics in PMQs on a Wednesday morning. Like, I wish our politics was more like this. Just oh, listen to this fucking dickhead next to me. He's done fuck all except for diddle kids. You know, I just
and I've said this before to you. I love your politics compared to ours because they seem more honest. And right after Boris became your prime minister, there was that exchange between him and Corbyn in the House of Commons there,
which was magic.
It was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
it starts with Boris basically coming up and saying something, and then shit, I just forgot his name. I just said it. Corbyn stands up and goes, "That guy's a dick." I am paraphrasing. To which Johnson gets back up there and he goes, "I am a dick, and I fucked his mom with it." Basically, fucking beautiful.
Yeah, honestly, the build up to it was amazing too, Monkey. Like, because the day before, like he State of the Union address, if you will, where he stood outside 10 Downing Street and he gave this impassioned speech about freedom of speech and having a different kind of attitude towards politics and towards the United Kingdom. And then the day after, he goes in and Corbyn stands up like a fucking geography teacher on every downer drug you can think. Will the new Prime Minister acknowledge that the NHS is falling to pieces? And then Boris got up and tore socialism apart, tore Jeremy Corbyn apart, tore his entire party apart, and again pushed for that brand new kind of attitude.
Yes,
and instead of being glum about shit.
If you haven't seen it, it is fucking amazing. I highly recommend going and looking it up. Because I laughed so fucking hard. It must have been how you felt watching the debate, man. I just laughed so fucking hard at this shit. And I wish our politicians were more like that. The closest we'll get until Trump, is maybe they would say some bad shit about him on a radio show. But I didn't mean it like that. Trump just comes up and go, "You're an asshole." And people are like, "We need more honesty in politics." I'm like, do you want it? And as for the policy thing, I wanted to mention this because you mentioned that. The closest we came to getting asked any kind of policy question by that shitbag Wallace was when he asked Joe Biden what he would have done different. And he's like, "I'm not the president. I wasn't the president." No, that's not what he asked. He asked what you would have done.
Yeah.
And that was as close as we even got to a question about that.
That's fair. That's fair.
I guess the other one, when he was asked, and the one that pissed me off so much, would you support stacking the court? And he's like, I'm not going to answer that question. And Wallace is like, sure, all right, fine. But,
I know, mate. And even though I kind of like left the whole kind of like political genre behind and everything, I still find it very fucking hard to not tear away at progressives on Twitter. And like unfortunately, when I decided to enter the realm of the mukbangers who react to them and all that kind of thing, I had a lot of progressive types follow me, and I see them on Twitter and they're talking about Trump's a racist. He's always stood against black people. And I was like, hold on a second, doesn't Trump have a new plan for the black community? And I googled it, and I was like, I took everything for me to not screenshot Trump's like black community, whatever it is. I can't remember what it's called, and then to just bombard them with it. It's so hard not to do it.
No, believe it or not, I don't answer everything I see on Twitter, and I feel that way a lot because I'll be like, you know what, I'm done for right now. I've argued today. I'm gonna go play a video game or something. And while the game is loading, I'll still have Twitter on. I'm like, yeah, I guess the game's gonna wait a while. I can't keep my fucking mouth shut.
Yeah, I struggle, mate. Really struggle.
What is it? The opportunity zones is what Trump's doing in the black communities. Plus, there's the
that's it. Yeah, backscan's correct. Yeah, the platinum plan.
Oh, the platinum. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was reading that, and I was thinking to myself, well, that doesn't look like he stands against the black community to me.
Well, we've talked about this. I think it was 3 nights ago, something like that on this show. And I think we've even talked about it on Lords of the Night. There's nothing Trump has done that they can point to that is actually racist. Meanwhile, Joe Biden spoke at the funeral of a Grand Wizard of the Klan and called him a fucking friend, mentor, and guide.
Well, it's okay for Democrats to do that. It's okay for Hillary Clinton to stand with David.
A Democrat being in the Klan, that's just normal. They started it. Is that what it is? Is that why Democrats get so mad about Republicans being in the Klan? And like, that's cultural appropriation.
Could you imagine them saying that? I wouldn't put it past them. Wouldn't put it past them at all.
Oh, I fucking hate these people, man.
Yeah,
but
I get fucking mad about it as well.
This is the conundrum of my life. This shit annoys me endlessly, but I get so much joy from it.
Monkey, I have to correct you. He wasn't the Grand Wizard. He was an Exalted Cyclops.
Exalted Cyclops. My mistake.
It's a different job.
Different somehow. Yeah. Well, it's just what they, potato,
right?
Potato, racist, whichever.
Why is the whole fucking Antifa thing like? Why is that shit semantics now? Like, we have videos on YouTube of them as spitting on veterans.
Because Donald Trump mentioned them. I wish it was more than that, but Donald Trump mentioned them, and suddenly it's like, no, Donald Trump said it. It can't be true. Yeah, that's literally what it boils down to. I wish I could give you a better answer, man. We've been talking about these fucktards since 2016.
Yeah. I remember the first videos, like seeing them for the first time, and then speaking to Porco. You guys remember Porco Dio? He actually was in Antifa, old school Antifa, and explained to me how everything works with them. Yeah, okay, they're not a monolithic organization, but they operate a lot more like cells, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and it's done that way on purpose. They follow the teachings of the Bolsheviks. They do it.
Just that Western Antifa are such minge bags. They often lose.
Yeah.
They were one of the first to partner with Hitler. I'm just saying. Probably not the best people to be alive. My favorite thing was I was reading about this, and they're like, well, yeah, I think it was a Snopes article or one of those fact-checking articles about whether or not Antifa really worked with Hitler. And they're like, well, yeah, these aren't the same Antifa that worked with Hitler. They're not even really related. Okay, can you imagine somebody coming out and saying, okay, neo-Nazis, they're not the real Nazis because they didn't really work with the Nazis. Nobody would be okay with that. We'd all be go, that's fucking retarded.
Yeah, I know. See, that's the thing. Like, if you had like German Antifa is like where it's where shit started.
Yeah,
they are genuinely fucking scary, right? Because they're properly organized and they know how to fuck shit up.
Yeah,
British Antifa and American Antifa. That's the worst our societies have to offer, right?
German Antifa, going back to the 30s, they were an actual organized group. Members, the whole 9 yards. What we have here, they call themselves that, but they're really just dirty commies. They're just Bolsheviks. They really are. Look at or even what were the French revolutionaries called? Fuck.
Anti-cakers.
It's just this. You have these insurgents who are trying to change the entire country with these little you said sell, and that's a good way to do it, but they even keep themselves less organized than that, so there's no tracing. The only way you'd actually trace these assholes is if you had like 100 of their phones.
Yeah.
Because they passed it off.
Porco explained it to me. You know, he was just like, what you have is you have these older guys. And when I say older, I'm talking 30, because that's old in Antifa.
There's some
by then most people have matured, and and then they hire, well, they bring in the younger lot, you know, the 18, 19, you know, young lads and ladies, and bring them in and go, right, you're black bloc now, you're foot soldiers in the war against fascism. And I remember watching this video on the Wired YouTube channel. I think I made a response to it back on our like 2 years ago or whatever. And they interviewed this lad. Bless his heart. He looked like he'd been bullied all of his life. Yeah, just add ginger hair and he would have just been the full package, I think. And he says, I'm Jewish and trans, and that's related. And it's like, but that's not what? What? Hold on a second. Who are you fighting and why do you do it was the question, not what do you identify as and
Yeah.
I feel like most, like, at least ethnically Jewish people tend to lean towards the right, tend to be very conservative, or at least traditionally anyway.
Here in the States, it's a little different, especially New York. You Jews up there, very, very Democratic for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Probably a little less so thanks to de Blasio.
Oh, yeah. De Blasio's probably done a bit to change that with his Jew-hating ways. I wonder if he's Antifa.
Is it true that he sent like COVID people into elderly people homes?
No, that was Cuomo, but yes, that is true.
Okay. Yeah, that was the governor.
Charming.
He sent 6,900 sick people into old folks' homes, and that we know of, 6,600 old people died in those homes.
Yeah, we've had entire, elderly people's homes completely wiped out. But yeah. I was speaking to someone about it, and they were like, "Whoa, if you were looking to take out the conservative vote in the area."
That's what I said. Here in Michigan, for instance, Donald Trump won by 10,000 votes. Winning Michigan would be a huge win for Joe Biden. They haven't given us the numbers of how many people my governor has killed doing that exact same policy because she won't release them. So yeah, we're still trying. But imagine taking out 5,000 conservative voters. Now, I'm not saying they did it on purpose. I'm just saying it's like an added bonus to them.
I'm not saying he did it, but it was awfully convenient.
Not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Because it doesn't make sense for Cuomo to do that. New York's going for Biden regardless.
Yeah.
Maybe on the local political level, it would make more sense, but he killed off. Well, and that's the other thing that we know of. Bear, we saw stats from this shit. That 6,600 that they killed that we know about, that's the number who died in those homes. In just one home that they looked at, one home. For every one person who died in that home, 5 died in the hospital. They'd been transferred to the hospital before they finally passed. So, and I think that home was 4 people had died there. So it would actually be 20 out of that home. If you do that to everybody, you're talking almost, at the time that I saw the statistic, almost half of all New York deaths.
New York,
these motherfuckers want to tell Donald Trump didn't wear a mask. That's what did it. No. Y'all are killing old people.
Trump coughed, and he was 10 meters away from this guy, and he was working here temporarily, and then he went home to New York 10 months later, and now everybody's dead.
Oh, but yeah.
Oh, monkey. I don't know if you saw. I nearly had a fucking seizure the other day. In fact, it's a good thing I'm on fucking anti-epileptic.
It's not funny for you to say anymore.
Well, no, I think that it would make for excellent content if I had a seizure on the live stream, but it won't happen because I'm on anti-epileptic fucking medication. But I nearly had a fucking seizure the other day. I got into a genuine argument with somebody who genuinely thinks AOC is not only a good politician, but an intelligent woman. Have you ever been on your phone on Twitter and you can't respond fast enough because you're on your phone and you've got I've got my Kit Kat chunkies and not enough of me could come out of me at the same time. You know what I mean? I was just like,
no,
for real?
Yeah, that's dumb to even suggest. That woman's a moron. My favorite thing about her is when she hides behind her. I got a degree in economics, and then she says something really stupid about economics that anybody that took a high school class knows better than.
Yeah, okay. You know what breaking even means? That's probably the most you mean that you understand, and even then, I'm not entirely sure she'd understand that. I've heard your Green New Deal, bitch.
Yeah, her Green New Deal, where she was going to give everybody was going to be taken care of, even if they, couldn't or wouldn't work. That was the language. I'm sorry, what? Couldn't or wouldn't?
She wanted to kill all the cows and retrofit every house in America.
All the cars,
energy
all the
efficient
houses, get rid of the cows.
No.
The cows went, what?
You can't get rid of steak.
Oh yeah, get rid of air travel.
Air travel?
Yeah.
But America's fucking huge.
Well, apparently we're going to sail to the other side.
So you get rid of trains as well then?
She's going to give us good trains.
Oh, okay.
Apparently it's like The Sims and you just do it overnight.
Oh, okay. Roger that.
Fucking idiot. God, that woman's a moron. I don't know how anybody votes for her, much less anybody not in her district. In her district, she's the Democratic nominee. Okay, you're a Democrat, you vote for her. All right, that's your choice, I guess. But anybody outside of there who still supports her, I'm like, do you just want to have sex with a donkey? I don't get it.
Look, I'd have sex with her, but
I know you would.
It's because I have low standards.
It's not that I have low standards. It's just that I really want to hurt her.
I would like to see if I could make her make the face from Shrek when the donkey's really happy. But otherwise, yeah, I don't no. She's too stupid. For me, she's too stupid to be attractive. Is Moo Oink, the best meat company name ever.
Moo Oink.
Moo Oink. Apparently,
Steaks and blankets.
Steaks and pig stanks. Whoops. Some of them stanks.
You're talking about ASC. You can't get the stank out of your head.
Oh man,
that's all right.
God, her chair must smell like hell. Look,
she's free bleeding.
Nah, that's left over from them bar bathrooms. Don't tell me she got. I've seen her pour alcohol. I'm going back to the bar, and then to raise funds, you guys. And then she's pouring them like that is not how you pour that drink. Keldrick, thank you. I got degree in business finance, so I suppose that makes me enough of an expert to criticize her. If AOC got a degree in economics, it wasn't because of her grades. God, I wish I could remember who says it, but there's somebody good. Every time she brings up that she got her degree from BU, it just trashes the economics department at BU. Because she's a moron. She's a fucking moron.
I think she's an anime villain. That's why her eyes are so big.
She's an actress. It's what she is. She was recruited for this job. Her brother put her in for this. It's not something she went for. The Justice Democrats went to this district because they thought they could get Crowley out, which they did. And they interviewed a mildly attractive, as long as she doesn't smile, young lady who would repeat what they told her to. And anytime she tries to think for herself, she bumbles it so fucking bad, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, when she speaks to the black community, it sets off something deep within me. I don't get erect at all. It's very sad.
This is what democracy looks like. I'm like, bitch, that's not even how black people talk if you're doing it stereotypically. Come on. Mighty Balzac, thank you. If you had one Chinese and one Irish parent, would you be a chick or a mink? Yes. You'd be both.
I like the mink.
I like mink too, yeah.
Yeah. Hit like. There's 232 people watching, only 98 likes. I think you can do better than that, chat. Smash like.
Yeah, she's an actress. She was hired for a job. And you really get to see that when former Homeland Security Director, is that what he was, or ICE Director? Human, however you say his name, was up there, and she's like, we don't separate kids or parents from their kids in the U.S. He goes, actually, we do, and they've broken a law. Well, these people haven't broken any laws. It's actually illegal to come into the United States without doing it the right way. Well, you guys, now they can come and be refugees. If you want to be a refugee, you got to go through a port of entry. What am I supposed to say to him now? Thank you, Officer Buck. Hey, Mr. Floofy Hair.
Hello. I had to skin.
You have a haircut.
Well, the thing is that I was about like a day away from taking myself to the barbers because I hadn't been in ages, and my hair had grown out, and then lockdown, quarantine level 4 came into play. Yeah, that's like, I'll just skin me head again.
Yeah, I need a haircut desperately.
I wanted to go for my young Republican look again. But yeah, I was very sad. Yeah, very sad.
I don't like mine quite that short because I have a bumpy head. And you can
I have dents in my head, mate. Like,
what's that?
I have dents in my head.
They're not noticeable though.
Oh, this has never been. There's actually a picture of me years ago when I was still serving. For a charity event, I went to the executive officer and I said, "Sir, if I grow my hair out and then shave it into the shape of a beret, can I grow my hair out?" And he gave me permission to do it. I think it took about 3 months to get like, my hair is not Afro-Caribbean. It's mixed people fucking floor scrubber hair. Like you could dip me in it. Like you could dip me in hot water, scrub, and you could get the harshest stains off the floor with my hair. Like, it's that fucking wiry, man. But I don't really want to do it, man, because I'm aging rapidly, and there's a lot of white hair popping up, even in my ridiculous like a Team America facial hair when it does grow. There's a lot of white hair. There's white hair coming out of my nose these days now. So I like having it short so you can't see the salt and pepper. Yeah.
When hair starts growing out of your nose to the point you notice it, you're like, ah, shit, I must be getting old.
Yeah, it's
P-Dog says white suburban girl trying to act black or to talk black. That's not her black accent was the worst fucking black accent I have ever heard. That is somebody who's never met black people before. She's never even seen a black movie before.
Sad. Yeah, because like she would 100% try to imitate what don't be a menace while drinking juice in the hood. Like that's where she would go with it, surely. Or the Car Wash, is it?
Car Wash, yeah.
Yeah, that movie's fucking terrible.
Well, in fairness, that's from the 70s, ain't it?
No, I'm talking about the one with Eminem and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and them. That shitty movie they did.
Oh no, Car Wash is it? Well, maybe they remade it. Car Wash was made back in the 70s. Barbershop is that
Barbershop? That's another black movie, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ice Cube.
No, I feel like that she would do the stereotypical thing, and she couldn't even get that right. Like, good God, have you ever seen a black person before? I bet when she left that place, she immediately locked her car door. Sell your nose hair on Amazon for what?
Ew.
Let's do that. Yuck.
Colors isn't a black movie. That's a white movie. The two main characters were white cops. How dare you, sir?
White chicks.
If you want to go for a black movie like that, you got to go with New Jack City, for fuck's sake.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That's a horrible movie.
New Jack City, what, with Wesley Snipes?
Yes.
It's a great movie. It's a classic.
It's a horrible movie.
Legendary.
It is legendary. It is a classic. I love it. But that movie balls.
All right, I'll accept that.
The acting in that movie,
you know what? New
bad.
Jack City is the gangster equivalent to Starship Troopers. It's trash.
That's
it's
good
cheese.
assessment.
Yeah, it's trash. It's cheese, but my God, I love it.
I just love how it just happens to turn out that Wesley Snipes killed Ice-T's mama way back in the day. And he figures it out because she must have been a school teacher or something. And that's how he put two and two together. That school teacher you killed was my mom. For fuck's sake.
I am my brother's keeper.
Now, I will give you that. Am I my brother's keeper? Which should have been for anybody wondering what the hell was going to happen in that movie. If you know what that line is from, I mean, that's literally God asking, "Where's your brother at?" And Cain's like, "Am I his keeper?" After he just murdered the motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it should have been a huge little foreshadow there for you guys. But the scene where Nino is killing Cash Money, oh, that scene is awesome. Cash Money's on his knees. Am I my brother's keeper? And Wesley got the tear coming down. Yes, I am. Pow! Like, fuck! Yeah, that movie is fucking horrible, though. The acting in it is trash. Just trash.
It's like, again, it's Starship Troopers without the aliens. I love it. It's cheese. It's it's over the fucking top. It's ridiculous, but you can watch it over and over and over and over and over again.
Now, Chris Rock as a crackhead is probably, Backscan brought that up. It's probably the greatest acting in that movie. No, I felt bad because Mario Van Peebles and Judd Nelson are actually good actors. Okay, stop it. They can be. How dare you? Mario Van Peebles in Heartbreak Ridge was amazing.
Mario Van Peebles in Highlander 3 was not amazing.
I didn't say he takes the best roles. I said he's a good actor.
He's okay.
Also, yes, I also like Demolition Man.
That's a great movie. That's why
I've never seen it.
You've never
Really?
seen
Since
Demolition Man?
Salutations. Wait, what?
No, never.
Why?
I like women. I don't know.
Here we go again. Come on, Demolition Man isn't fucking. What's that one that you call a gay movie over and over again? That's actually a good movie.
Fight Club.
Fucking Fight Club. Yeah, like it's not fucking Fight Club. It's got Sandra Bullock in it. You know, when she was hot.
Yeah, Rob Schneider when he was funny.
Yeah,
I don't believe
Wesley
that.
Snipes.
Look, one day I'll sit down and watch it. I've just never seen it. That's not. Look, I've seen Fight Club, as gay as that movie is. I've seen Gladiator, and I like Gladiator, as gay as that movie is. Dangerous Spaces, thank you. AOC actually has a bachelor's of arts. She majored in international affairs and economics. She knows nothing about either. Boston U owes her a refund. Thank you, sir.
I think it's a wash that she's destroyed their reputation as an educational institute.
She's done them one up. There's just some movies I haven't seen. There's perennial classics I never watched, and that's
what Demolition Man is cheese. Obviously, you know, it's when did that movie come out?
Oh God.
Fuck me.
In my teens, right, Jack?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheese, you know, it's an old action movie.
93.
You know, it's 90s as fuck, but it's just good movie, you know. Stands out.
I always get it confused with the Schwarzenegger movie where he's in the game show that's trying to kill him.
Oh, Running Man.
Running
Man.
It's
fun, that movie.
Dangerous Spaces says Negotiator was a great movie. That is one of the most underrated movies ever. Okie, thank you. Next, you'll say you've not seen Quigley Down Under. I've never seen Quigley Down Under.
That's a good movie. It's Tom Selleck.
Yeah, and I like Tom Selleck, but it's Australian, and I don't care.
No, he plays a cowboy that goes to Australia. That's not an Australian movie.
Hello, Australia. If it's not, look, the only movie I want to see with Australia having anything to do with it is Crocodile Dundee. What are they up to? 4? Did they make it 3?
I have no idea. I think they did.
Paul Hogan is the best thing that's ever come out of Australia. That's just fact.
No. Kylie Minogue is.
Kylie Minogue, yeah.
Yeah.
Quigley Down Under has Alan Rickman. I'm not the big Alan Rickman fan that everyone else is. Officer Buck.
Not a reminder, but I like him. Well, liked him. He's
dead now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned how to use. Thank you, Officer Buck. I learned how to use the 3 shells when we had the toilet roll shortage.
See, you'd get that if you'd watched Demolition Man. But you know.
Evolved Potato says, "What about Mad Max?" My dad liked it. I've seen all 3 of the originals. Mad Max, Road Warrior, and Thunderdome, but I don't remember much. The only thing I remember about Road Warrior is Tina Turner looking like a weird old whore.
That was Thunderdome.
Yeah, I know that because she was on the posters. The beer we don't export. I don't drink beer, so you guys can have your Fosters down there.
Okay. Australians always get a bit weird about Fosters, even though like there are advertisements on all the time. Fosters, crikey, you know, it's always like the 2 Australian fellas on the beach.
It's Australian for beer.
If Fosters is piss that you buy when you can't afford Stella.
Okay, Native says Alan Rickman's best movie was Blow Dry. I haven't seen that either.
He was also in the best Christmas movie ever made, Die Hard.
Alan Rickman movies that I can name: Die Hard and the Harry Potter trilogy, or Septilogy. What the hell is it called?
I don't bloody. Who cares? It's Harry Potter shit.
Saga. We'll call it a saga.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
Dogma was a fucking excellent movie.
That's one of the few of the original Kevin Smith movies I never saw. I own a copy. I've never watched it.
I'm horrified that nobody listed Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, fuck, Robin. Yeah, Prince of Thieves was great. I got a handy at the Oh God, my daughter listens to this. Never mind.
Galaxy Quest. Jesus Christ, there's a movie I've not seen in a long time.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh yeah, he was great. And Galaxy Quest was a good movie. No, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. My girlfriend and I went together, and she unzips me in the theater, pulls me out, and the girl in front of us turns around and just kind of watches. I'm like, "How you doing?" Go back to what you were doing. Good times, ladies and gentlemen. We're going at 2 hours and 40 minutes now, and that is way past Monkey's ability to stream. But I want to talk to Bear because we don't get to talk very often.
Yeah, I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming and hanging out on the stream. Thank you so much for the donations. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Jack, anything you'd like to shill tonight?
I'll drop a link to my latest video in the chat. And as always, thank you for the donations. You guys are awesome.
Bear, anything you want to shill?
Yeah, as you know, I stream to Twitch 4 times a week. I'll be going live today from 8 p.m. Britbong time, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm not entirely sure what I'll be doing today. I might continue with the My Immortal reading, or I might do some Reddit public freak out shit. There's lots of chaos. I love you too. Nice girl. Always great to see you. There's a link in the chat, twitch.tv/R8Alex. Check me out, guys. Come on, give me a follow.
Tonight we'll be on Scribe's channel, Lords of Night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know where else I'll be, if I'll be anywhere. I need to get a game stream done, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, and Lucas Werner's returned. Fantastic. Excellent news. Do you know who Lucas Werner is, Monkey?
No.
He's just the best lolcow ever.
Yeah.
I'll have to explain him to you. Not right now, because you're ending the stream. But yeah. Cheers to Angel Spaces. I'm just waiting on my diagnosis, and then after that, you know, if it turns out to be MS, they'll be able to tell me what type it is. If it's relapse remitting, I'll be able to treat it. Maybe go back to my work, because they said that they would take me back on if I managed to get back into a place of good health. If it turns out to be primary progressive, #fucked. If it's not multiple sclerosis, then it's probably something like neurovasculitis or something like that. I don't know. I'm still waiting in limbo, but that's just where I'm at right now.
All right, guys. With that, we're going to wrap it up. I'd like to thank Jack and Bear for joining me.
Thank you for inviting me on, Monkey. It's always a pleasure, sir.
Everyone, have a wonderful night. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
I made a poll that Nuts told me to make. And then she got mad because I was right again.
I saw.